Today, we will be exploring Roaring River State Park, fish hatchery, and campgrounds. So come along with us and let's discover just what this park has to offer.
This video is brought to you in part by the official RV Camping Journal, the most complete way to record and preserve your family travel adventures. Get your copies today by clicking the link in the description. Thank you for sharing a moment of your time with us. Happy camping!
Located in the southwest Ozark Mountains, between Branson, Missouri and Eureka Springs, Arkansas, you will find Roaring River State Park. This Missouri State Park is unique in so many levels. With a deep, narrow valley surrounded by striking, rugged landscape, Roaring River State Park is one of Missouri's most popular parks and brings in over 1.5 million visitors annually. And it's one of only 3 state parks stocked with rainbow trout. Despite the rugged nature of the landscape, early settlers were drawn to the area in the early 1800s for its beauty and clear, reliable streams that powered their mills. But the area was not always so peaceful. The hills around Roaring River served as hideouts for Civil War guerrillas and outlaws, along with large-scale troop movements that traveled the countryside. After the war, the valley became known as a resort community with cottages dotting the hillsides. By the turn of the century, many wealthy businessmen used Roaring River area as a retreat. Dr. Thomas Seaman, a wealthy businessman from St. Louis, tried to persuade the state's Game and Fishing Commission to buy the property. When this was unsuccessful because of lack of funds, he himself purchased 2,400 acres of land surrounding Roaring River Spring. Then he turned it over to the state, and that's how Roaring River State Park was born. The character of the park today is influenced not only by the landscape, but also by the hands of the Civilian Conservation Corps and Works Progress Administration workers who helped develop the park in the 1930s. Today, the park includes over 4,000 acres of beautiful scenic settings for families to enjoy. There are 7 hiking trails that make up over 11 miles for exploring, several areas with picnic tables for leisurely lunches, a general store full of supplies, and a nature center to learn more about the park. The most striking natural feature of the park is Roaring River Spring, as you see here. The waters for the spring originates in a deep cave that's over 200 feet deep, then flows through this canyon-like gorge. More than 20 million gallons of clear 57-degree water flow through the spring daily into Roaring River. This constant amount of cold water created a perfect location for a fish hatchery. Constructed in 1910, Roaring River Fish Hatchery is one of the oldest trout hatcheries in the state. It includes 40 raceways, or concrete pools where the trout are raised, a building where eggs are incubated, and a large display pool stocked with large lunker trout. Kids and adults of all ages love coming to the park for picnics, swimming in the cool water, or just gathering with family or friends. But, most of all, they come here for the opportunity to catch a trout or 2 for dinner. Wouldn't this be the perfect place to have a hammock tied up between 2 trees? Just listen to the water flow over the rocks all day long. As we head upstream towards the fish hatchery, you will notice more picnic tables and areas for families to play on the playground or pitch a football or baseball to each other. Here on your right is one of the original lodges built by the Civilian Conservation Corps and Works Progress Administration. Oh, it looks like this man had a successful fishing trip. Isn't this water just beautiful? As you may have noticed, the ground in this area is mostly flat, grassy, or paved. This makes it perfect for people with mobility challenges to enjoy. I think we need to stop and give the park ranger right of way. Don't want to make him mad. Hey, look at here, somebody with more fish. And here we are at the fish hatchery portion of the park. Let's jump out and check it out. And here's our first look at the display pond, where you will see some huge trout. Even might see an albino or two. Here are just a couple of the 40 racers where the fish are raised. These are small concrete ponds, as some may call them, that are holding tanks to hold the fish and let them grow until they are big enough to release. And here we are. This is where all the water comes from. Water flowing out of this massive cave produces the perfect environment for trout and the hatchery. This cave is more than 200 feet deep and feeds up to 20 million gallons of water daily into the spring. It's hard to comprehend just how much water that is coming out of the hole in the ground. Now let's get a little closer and see if we can see some of these great big fish. There they are. I've always heard about albino trout. Now we see a couple. Now let's head over to the other side of the property. On our left, we will find many more picnic tables, a playground for the young or young at heart, along with a unique pavilion designed to look like a log cabin. There are several places along the river to swim, wade, or just explore, but if you do like the swimming pool, don't worry, the park has one of those too. Now let's check out the campgrounds. For those wanting to spend the night, the park has many options to choose from. There are 3 separate campgrounds that offer basic or primitive sites, electric and water sites, and 1 full hookup site. One campground is designed to be ADA accessible. Rustic cabins are scattered throughout the park, or guests may choose from the modern rooms at the Emery Melton Inn and Conference Center. The center also boasts a store and a full-service restaurant. They also offer a small laundry facility at Campground 1. Look at the people playing in the water. Doesn't that look like so much fun? Especially on a hot summer day. This campground is beautiful. No matter if you're in an RV, travel trailer, or pitch a tent, this place is fantastic. The spots are huge. So as you can see, Roaring River State Park is an incredibly beautiful area, and there's something here for everyone in your family. We know you will enjoy your time here as much as we did, so make plans and head on over. You never know, you just might see us here too. Thank you for joining us. Please subscribe to us and give us a thumbs up. Be sure to leave us a comment. Thank you, and we'll see you on the road.